Welcome to kcheebplays, Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. Let's get started. Ludmila had taken her beautification project for Kiamnov seriously. She spent countless hours in the library studying architecture books by Boris Yofin, Vladimir Gelfreich, and even Vladimir Shuko. There were fine examples of early Russian buildings, but she wanted something more modern. She'd also been intrigued by the brutalist style of architecture, investigating the work of the British firm Chamberlain, Powell & Son, as well as the well-known French-Swiss company Le Corbusier. But she found the style so harsh, striking, but harsh. She wasn't even sure why she was intrigued by architecture in the first place. Perhaps it was another outlet for her creativity. She'd not studied it, but found it fascinating, designing places that people could admire and live in, form and function meeting. Perhaps she thought it was inspired by her walks through the northern part of Kiamnov. These first apartments in Kiamnov were done on a budget and were little more than cubes with a place for a sink, stove, washroom, and bedroom. Little else could be wedged into the tiny living quarters. Pure function and nothing else. It was a wonder the people that lived there weren't more unhappy than they seemed. They were quick to sit, chat, and laugh. He thought back to what Ulyov had said when he proposed the beautification project to her. Our citizens work hard for us and deserve places they can relax and enjoy themselves. What about where they live, she thought. Couldn't we do better by them? I think we can, and should, she exclaimed. When Ulyov arrived home from the office, she would have a talk with him. Christoph, Kalinka, and Ulyov had stayed late at the office to finalize the plans for the CO City, aluminum production facility, and bauxite. This included the road and rail network necessary to make everything hum. They hadn't selected a site for the city that would provide workers for aluminum production. Without having anything on paper for the uranium processing area, it was hard to visualize. They decided it was best left once the uranium plant's layout was more concrete. They could continue as is and plan out what they had. Ulyov packed up his papers and said, "Excellent. This was a productive session. It's amazing what we can get done when we don't have the usual day-to-day drudgery to distract us. We'll see you tomorrow," and he left. As Christoph and Kalinka were packing up their things, Christoph said to Kalinka, "Maybe we need to take another romantic drive through the hills." Kalinka smiled and said, "That would be fantastic. How else can we select the perfect location?" Christoph thought he caught a subtle wink from her. Hi, Cheeb here. Just gonna start off by checking on a few things, and then we'll start looking at a couple of options for some of the things that Ludmila was talking about, and then probably do a little bit of a time lapse for the planning process. So let you know what's happened there. So I'll have a quick peek and see what we got. Four constructions on the go there, so that's good. Should be able to continue the electrification once that stuff's dealt with. We've got more work being done here as well. Finishing off the second leg of the tunnel entrance, or the second tunnel entrance, and then the second leg of the actual tunnel down to the passenger station is getting going. Or actually, no, that's the end station, which we've just started construction on, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're starting to deliver materials, so that's good. Make sure there's more stuff on its way. Keep bringing it, boys. And yeah, so that'll get constructed hopefully in time before the tunnel's finished, so that we can continue on through this way. Okay. Next thing to look at is how our tram stuff is getting dealt with. In Bramsky. Check here. We got some footpaths being constructed. I think I'll get started on that first. I'll probably do one end of it as well. And looks like, okay, yeah, we just got power, so replace this. And then we should be Should be good to go. Or am I missing on section here? I think I am. Otherwise, I think the power should be across there, shouldn't it? Yeah. Oops. One shouldn't take too long to get dealt with. It's already paved, so that's good. Got all the sections up here dealt with. Managed to squeeze this in last time, so that was something. I'm gonna try to figure out something for connectivity across the middle here. I mean, we have this in here. It's a little bit of a sneak, but it's there. It's in place, so just keep an eye on it. Want them to have access to everything that they need access to here, so let me just check and see what we'll need that. Yeah, that's being constructed as well, so that's good. Wonder if we want something from this direction so they don't have to walk all the way around if they're coming over here. Oh yeah, that's connected up there, isn't it? This could be a bit of a trick. Crossing not allowed. I can come out to here. Can I get it? That'll come down there. I think that'll help with a little bit of throughput for people coming from this direction looking for some sports, I believe that. Yeah, bowling alley. So that's kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna get one. Actually, I think I need to get working on this section down here as well. Okay, that's already in place, and they're going to town on that. Should allow access through there. I'm hoping. We'll see. See what happens. Wondering now if I just do one of those old set it and forget it type things. You can build that, the two end pieces, this one and this one, and then that one they'll just pick up. What? No access. What would that be? Can't you go around? I'll have to come back and look at that. Interesting. Worrying is really what it is. Honestly. Yep. Doesn't like it for some reason. Okay, I just want to quickly run over to Yamnov and just talk a little bit about the housing situation here. So I didn't realize when I first built these how low their percentages were. The quality of the flats was 70. I probably wouldn't have built them had I known, but at any rate, it is what it is, and that's a good reason why they're as unhappy as they are. They're basically as happy as they can be. You know, it's not terrible numbers, but it's certainly not on par with the rest of it. And you can see these are all 92%. So what I will do, not this episode, but what I will do is build a little temporary housing right over here connected in to there. And then what I can do is not allow people to move in and then transfer everyone over, demolish this, build the replacement, etc., move people back in and shuffle them around. So something I've done before. It's kind of an interesting exercise, just because it's just managing the whole. Just trying to remember to not let people move in when you have the first, the building built and all that kind of stuff. So anyway. Rambling, let's go up here and I'll have a quick peek at what I'm thinking about for the city. So this is going to be what I'm calling the CO city. So its only function is going to be providing workers for this. Now, we don't need a lot of workers. We want to have, an abundance, but we certainly don't need a huge city. So I think when I planned it out, it was somewhere in the 2,500 to 3,000 range, somewhere in there. I think we can more than accommodate that with the amount of space that's here. And I don't think we're even going to really have to bother with terraforming anything. What I'll have to make sure that I do, though, is from the rail, we've got a reasonable place to drop off the food, meat, clothes, and electronics. That's going to be a key part to that whole scenario. So probably just be a pass through kind of situation where they come in one side and go back out the other. I've got a little bit of elevation that I can play with here, and seem to be fond of building bridges and tunnels lately, so we'll run with that. I think if I have the drop off area here, and then we can just run run trucks up to another warehouse and then have local delivery. Shouldn't be a big deal. Then I'm thinking one distribution office that'll be going down to deal with that. So that's the plan right now. We'll see how it all shakes out, because it could end up being something fairly different. You never know once you get going what happens. So this is the main highway through the Republic, and really what I tend to use those highways for, and I probably didn't even really need to build a two-lane one, is what I use these for is basically for construction. That's how you get your construction vehicles and people to the sites quickly, or that's how I do it. So I don't have a lot of transfer. I use trains to transfer things between cities and two cities and that kind of thing. So that's why you don't see a lot of road traffic on my highways. So at any rate, that's kind of what I'm thinking for this area. And we'll get in, like I said, we'll get into the planning process. I don't know that it's particularly interesting in terms, especially for the size of the city and what's going to be happening there. When we do the larger city, that's likely going to be in somewhere in this area here. Honestly haven't just fully decided what's going to happen with that. Our processing for aluminum's all going to be down here. The main city is going to be through here, and this is going to be a pretty fair size, somewhere in the 8 to 10,000, and then our uranium and processing all be up here. So, and one other consideration I have to make as well is getting over here, because this is where I would eventually like to build my container processing. And there's going to be probably another fairly large city on this side. I'm going to have to get access to it somehow, some way. Don't really want to do it from here. This is kind of dead-ended there. I gotta make sure that my main rail line, probably crossing at the narrowest point through here somewhere, is what's going to be happening. So kind of a little bit at odds with running the rail line for the raw bauxite down into the processing area. So that'll be part of the consideration, just to make sure that they stay separate. They'll separate in terms of who's traveling on it, because I want the through and then the over kind of idea. So that's what I'm thinking there with that. So this is going to be kind of an interesting thing to put together over there. Cool. Looks like everything's going along here. One more quick check on everything. Oh, we're down to one. Electrified. I'm just checking to see what's electrified here now. Doesn't look like these two are. Yeah, they are. those two done. Let me check on this one because I'm not sure if that's, yeah, that one is done. This is freshly built, if you will. And I think they need this to do their little turnaround trick. So this whole, I think this whole area here is, oh, that's not electrified. I can get that done. I'll just assign them and let them go to town. They'll get to it when they get to it. And I think that's about all that I needed to check up on. We're decking the bridge now, so that's good. We're pouring concrete. Got a fair amount on site. Both cranes are working. So hopefully that'll get done sooner rather than later. Would be good, because then we can start involving the ground guys into building the pieces that the helicopters couldn't get to. And then once the helicopters are done, everything they need to do, we can repurpose them for some of the other projects that we need to get dealt with, like all of redoing all those buildings and that kind of stuff. So something else I was thinking about that I didn't do as well was running, doing our export of fuel and bitumen here. I'm a little concerned about setting that up, only because I really, and you can stop it, I suppose, whenever you need to, and we can import if we have to. It's not like we're hurting for cash, so definitely something that can happen. We've got one more ore carrier, and then probably be creating another tanker. And the problem here I have is that maybe I should change this around to what's he carrying right now? Nothing. He's on his way back. So maybe I'm going to quickly pause this and just go into some of the advanced setup on this, and I can go half and half, or actually what's probably makes even more sense. Oops, get the ship back up here. I think what makes even more sense is I think it's 5-3 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 5-3. So if I do 5 brain math, a ratio of 5-3 fuel to oil, that should keep the refinery processing. In other words, this won't be full all the time. Excuse me. So we can produce both fuel and bitumen at the same time. Now I just have to figure out how to make that, what those numbers are, 5-3 for each of that. I may have to borrow a calculator, so I'll just be a sec. Should have thought about this before I got started on it. These are the squirrels of the game. So I can hold a total of 40-50. So my 5 ratio would be 25-31.25. So somewhere in that range is what I'm looking for. And this is just taking oil, so it'll be my next. No, it's not. This is, I'm asking it to load bitumen. So what I want to do is ask it to load bitumen and fuel. So I think if I do exclude this and then oh, I can't set the ratios. I thought I could set the ratios on these in advanced. Is that because I don't have the load checked here? Wondering now. Is that the case? Maybe it can't carry both. One or the other. Carry only this or forbid this. Or allow it and it just takes what's available. It's another option. I suppose we could we could let it run and try it out, maybe. I don't know. That's I'm in a situation where I could give it a try at least for one load. My problem's going to be, am I going to remember to come back to it and change it if it's not working and run myself out of fuel? Just with those two that are up in Mayadzol, those two can barely keep up with what the Republic needs. So interesting. I think I'll run with that, honestly. I'll remember at the end of this session to do that. So load bitumen and fuel. We'll see if it can manage that. Having two resources. Maybe just speed this up so it gets over there, and then I can get on with the planning of the rest of that area. We'll go into the time lapse then. How far away are you from this? I don't want to wait too long on that. Oh, it's not that far. Maybe I can go back up here for the short term and leave that up. And check on rail stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't really have expected them to be done those things yet. Getting our tunnel built, something else that has to happen. 3,000 work days left. Fire, Dennis, what have you done? Yeah, the pump jack there should be fine. It's covered. Okay, one's done, and now I think I can electrify these while I'm here. Oh, it's only the one that needs to be electrified. It's fine. And then obviously these ones as well. So starting from the back and going forward there. On his way out. See if we're anywhere near. Where am I? Okay, here we are. It's just pulling in now, so we'll see how much, or see what he loads, or what it loads. Getting his fuel, which means, and there's some bitumen there. He's only grabbing bitumen. Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure that he can create the refinery if it can create. It is actually creating. Interesting. I guess there's a place for the bitumen to go, so that's what's happening. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll turn these off because it's not going to make any difference. I was kind of wondering if it could only load one resource. May as well just change it to that, since I can't change the quantities. So I guess our next anchor will be fuel. Okay, that's done. Let's squirrels. Sorry. I want to just check on this again to see where this is at, if they can finally get to these sections. Yeah, it's all built. That was really, really odd what happened with the building of that piece there. So wouldn't mind. I'll just slow this down. Wouldn't mind just planning out the rest of these that need to be built. May as well just continue. Oops. Make sure that I've got this one. It's done. Both of those dealt with, and we'll go into planning mode. So a little bit of a time lapse, and we'll see you on the other side. Right, I'm back. Takes me forever to plan stuff out. I just go slow. For whatever reason, it's the way it is. Kind of liking how that's looking. Looks like somebody's face or what it is, but kind of interesting. Kind of planning on having a few more of the amenities on the side and then more of the infrastructure kinds of things. Probably have a fire department down here, maybe a smaller one. And or maybe not, we'll see. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to put the fire department, but I've got the police and Secret Service and all the rest of that needs to happen in there. So, and I didn't forget a bus stop. Imagine that. Almost did, but got a little bit close there. And actually, I think I'm going to have to end up sliding those down a bit. So, might rejig that. Anyway, let's have a look and see where our rail construction's at. Well, at least what I've planned is all done. Okay, good. On that. Can't get to any of this till the bridge is done. So, may as well get this one dealt with. Anything else in here that isn't done? No. Okay. And then this segment here needs to be dealt with as well. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I may as well get them dealing with that. That's going to stop the bridge construction, though, so I don't want that to happen. The bridge or the tunnel? Sorry, the tunnel. They can start on this, and I think that's the only one they can get. Yeah, everything else, until that one's done, it's dealt with. Oh, we're done over here. Interesting. Go underground, and again, until this is done, they can't continue on with this. I don't think that's too far away, and there goes my 23 days. My inadvertent escape key. Yeah, they're doing okay there now. Not clogging themselves up. So as soon as that end station's done, what do we need? We're looking for mechanical components. Nobody's on their way. Be out of mechanical components in Mansell? That would be annoying. Yes, we are. No one's on their way. Oops, would be here, wouldn't it? Bricks, that's all it is, bricks. What have I done now? Oh. Making all the mechanical components in the world. I'm assuming I am. Best go over and have a look. I can't see why we wouldn't have mechanical components in here. No. Plenty. I've got to sort those things out. That's getting truly annoying. Unless this is... No, it's not what I was hoping it would be. Supply, export. Let's see. Who's picking up mechanical components for me? It's probably going to be easier if I go over here. Sorry for flipping back and forth. Okay, mechanical components. From here. This is Trirov train station 2. Where are we? Cargo train station 2, mechanical components. Okay. Let's get them dealt with, people. Oops. Yeah, that's the right one. This is overloaded by the looks of things. Not more than enough open wagons. Oh, this is not cool. Just trying to figure out how to manage this. Could just buy a train and have it run around. Do the old load, drop, export thing. Getting a little tired of my incompetence with train DOs. I think I'm going to run with that. Yeah, just got rid of some trains off of the network. Let's add some more back in. Okay, what am I looking for? Open cargo. These are all covered hull? Covered hull. Yeah, it is. Box cars. To find one that's a little bit different that I'm going to call more than 11. Mind you could have a bunch of them. That might look interesting. Let's see if I did. Yeah, would need like 6 of them. I have no idea how long they are. They're only 7 meters long. So if I did 8 of them, that would be 88. I could, yeah. Expensive for what they are. Okay. Let's get this dealt with. You go from here. Pick up mechanical components. Go here, drop off mechanical components. I don't think I have the ability to drop off mechanical components in here anywhere. And I'm just going to short circuit it and go here and unload whatever you can. Mechanical components fired up. Now, where do you get mechanical components from? From the warehouse. This warehouse. Distribution office. What a chain. Oh, from the customs house. I'm still buying mechanical components for these guys because I've got no train access in there. There you go. How train centric am I? Okay, let's go quickly back and turn off not even going to bother with that. I'm going to go back and hopefully finish off the tram work. That would be pretty cool. Or at least maybe not finish it off this episode, but let's finish. It's done. Be able to do 2 more segments here. Should still be able to get in and out and around. I got to figure out how to gracefully exit this bus stop. Probably just a matter of deleting it and living with the fact that we're not going to have any gravel production for a while. Not that we're really running short on gravel. It'd all be good. But I did. Blocked it off. Shoot. Well, gonna have some annoyed people here soon. Sorry about that, folks. Messages. Good. Okay. Shoot. Didn't even think about that. He's not going to be able to get out either. It's going to be a while though, so should be fine. Okay. Mechanical components, that's right. That's what we were looking for. Nope, nobody on the way yet. Probably hasn't made it there. Let's zip this along quickly here. So we can hopefully get that finished up and get them going. Oh, or they finally kicked in. Oh well, I don't mind the drop-off thing. This is Lalona. May as well open it up while we're at it here and get rid of the pickup. Free ROV 2. I'll just get rid of that after he's finished dropping off. Okay, thank you. Oh, he's going to the... Aha! There's a flaw in my plan. That's funny. Why isn't... What have I done? I'm confusing the heck out of myself. Thought I told him to start. There it is there. Okay. This wasn't on his way there. Okay, I gotta change this a little bit. I'm gonna let him run. Because we're not delivering to the harbor. So after there, I want to go here and unload. Mechanical components. Thank you. Okay. I think it's all better now. I don't know that we're gonna have we should have some of the Fire City here. Oh, I hate these ones. causes everybody grief as we run out of electricity, even though it doesn't take very long to put it out. Yeah, there we go. Really wanted to see that finished to start the next phase of that. Kind of into the the metro and wanting to see that. Slow this down. Get rid of the 100 or so messages that we got about electricity issues. I think everybody's better now. I didn't have to do this. I could have just deleted them all. Too simple. Okay, good. Let's see if we're going to get that finished and I can start them into their next phase. Yep. Someone's on his way. 0.19. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Yep, we're waiting for that. We do have some rail stuff going on. I thought I assigned this. Oh, laying asphalt now. Just about there with the tunnel too. Nice. That'll speed that up. And then we can get the helicopters doing, doing the rest of the buildings in here. Yeah, this is still a ways away. Okay, back to Kiamna. Give me a truck, come on. Anywhere near? It says 87, but I don't know. Never really liked the first person one, especially with the roads, the way they end up getting built. All bumpy. Ooh, that's a little janky. Rid of the UI. Oh, and a little area I forgot to flatten out. All kinds of fun stuff to see from this angle. All the beauty of our republic, right? Would you drive that road? I'm not sure if I would. Not at that speed anyways. Funny. Your crane patiently waiting for his mechanical components in the distance. Get out of the way, people. Yikes. People everywhere. Love that. A lot of people waiting for the bus, too. Hopefully their needs are all getting met. Ah, you want to work for the metro, do you? Right, let's get this thing dealt with. Cool. Okay. One more quick thing, and then we're going to call it an episode. And again, I overestimated everything I was capable of getting done in... well, we can get both those done. Sweet. I wonder if I can get this dealt with, too. Oh, even with that done, it won't drive through there, eh? Interesting. Gonna make some kind of weird turnaround for those guys? I thought they would be able to get through here. Thought wrong. Okay, well, snow's flying, so let's call it an episode. Our bridge is done. Looks cool. I like that curve that I ended up getting in there. Hopefully Dennis does too. He was the one that taught me that. How to make that happen. We saw that in was it last episode or the episode before. I'm not sure which, but anyways, thanks for hanging with me. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you in the next one.